What's up, everybody? So I made this video and I said in it a component of life is that ultimately we're not in control over life. So someone asked me earlier, they were saying, if we're not ultimately in control of our life, what's the point in trying to do all this manifestation and stuff like that? That can't be true, because I see people actually driving their life, and you know what I'm saying? They gave me some examples of when they were actually driving their life. And this is true to a certain extent. And when I say ultimately, people hang on to their wrong words. I didn't say, 100% that we're not in control of our life, but I said ultimately. A lot of people are fighting against the flow of life. So there's percentages of what we are controlling of, and I think about 40% of our life is destiny. Another 40% is what we can determine and manifest for ourselves, and 20% is randomness. And if you put the 40% of destiny with that 20% of randomness, you got 60% of other factors outside of yourself that are in control. Now, that doesn't mean that you should give up on everything, because if you are manifesting 40% of that, if you're pushing 40% of the weight, and let's just say randomness equals luck to a lot of people, you're putting in your random portion of life is 20% lucky, and you're manifesting well, and your destiny is in general good. I mean, there are some lessons that you chose to learn on this path that require some sacrifice and some hits to the ego, some pain, some disappointment, some unexpectations, disappointment, appointments that were not fulfilled. So those components are going to be in there with the destiny, but it doesn't mean that your destiny is a bad thing. Your destiny is basically something good. That's something that before you entered into this body, the contract you laid out, you say, hey, I want to experience these things for sure. That's your destiny. So that's a good thing. That was a contract you laid out. And the 40% outside of that, hey, I want this 40% I'm going to do for myself. And, there's the 20% of randomness that goes along with all the complications of the universe on top of that. So that'll give me a good human experience. Give my ego a good experience for life and learning and growth. That makes sense to me. It might be totally nuts to a lot of people, but to me that makes total sense. So let me know your thoughts. Thank you for joining me. HarmonicLiving101.com. Check the link below for more, and you can check out my website.